I was supposed to be running the Bolsover 10k today. That race has been postponed. I'm somewhat relieved. I was not excited about the idea of driving to Bolsover in a storm or running the race in a storm, to be honest. It's yeah, it was feeling like a stressful undertaking, which is not really what I want at this point in the training block. The race has been postponed because the start and finish area are in Bolsover Castle, and English Heritage are not opening the castle today because of the high wind risk. And it was essentially too short notice, I guess, for the race to come up with an alternative. It seems like a pretty sensible decision, to be honest. It would have been pretty miserable. Maybe it's character building or whatever to do these things in really bad weather, but I don't know. I'm not super interested in being mega miserable. Backup plan instead then is that I'm going to do the mileage I was intending to do, and I'm going to stick about 8k of fairly conservative tempo in there, just because the flat paved trail that I'm heading down to, I don't know if there's any trees down on it yet. It is sheltered, so it should be a little less windy down there, but it might be an interrupted tempo. So I'm just going to put a coat on, head out, and basically, yeah, make the most of what is a fairly horrendous weather day. It is not as bad here as it is in other parts of the country. We're sort of down to maybe mid 40 mile per hour winds at the minute, and I think some areas of the country have had up to 90, which we've not had anything like that here. We're fairly fortunate in that the peaks catch a lot of weather coming from the west, so we sort of get a muted version of what other places are getting. Weather is due to ease off as the day goes on, so that's why I've just left it a little bit later. I've had my breakfast and stuff, so I will probably head out in about half an hour. It's 9:30 at the moment, and yeah, just see how it goes, I guess, and take you with me for not the Bolsover 10k. Okay. We are down at the Blackburn Valley Trail. You can already see there's a tree down, so this is definitely going to be an interrupted tempo. I don't know how it's going to go, just because of how uncertain today has felt, like leading up to it. I just didn't really know what was going to happen until yesterday. I'm not focused at all. My head's drifting, my concentration's all over the place. So I think this will be very much like an attempt at an 8k tempo. I'm just going to see how it goes, and just do my best, I think. Yeah, we've got a little hurdle in the first 40 metres, so that's nice. Alright, I will check in with you at various points on this run. Okay, first kilometre was a bit slow, mostly because of that tree, I think, but I'm not sort of automatically locking into tempo pace, so I'm just going to kind of let my legs decide what they want to do, and maybe just try and creep it up a bit faster as the tempo goes on. Yeah, like I feel okay, but concentration's just bad. And I find it really difficult to keep to a pace when I can't focus. So yeah, just making the most of it today. Okay, did 5k tempo, and I think that is about all I'm getting out of myself mentally today. Yeah, I do a lot of like talking myself into getting out and doing this in any form at all, so I think we'll take 5k tempo over no tempo. There is a tree down on the path ahead of me, so I don't think carrying on the tempo along here would have been particularly feasible anyway.
Yeah, it went okay. Like, I did pick up the pace a bit, but I could feel in that last kilometre, like, I just couldn't stop my brain from wandering, and it just kept doing it. Like, every 50 meters I'd like try and lock back in, and then just immediately be like daydreaming again. So focus wise, just really not there today. But as I said, we've got 5k, which is better than no K. So this is the bit of the Blackburn Valley Trail that heads out to Chapeltown. So I'm just going to jog along here for a little bit and then turn around and jog back, and then I've got to run uphill back home. Not super ideal, but this is Sheffield. It's quite difficult to find places to do like flat tempo or interval efforts. Based on the email I got and stuff about Bolsover, I think they're going to try and rearrange it for January or February, which is maybe not going to be super ideal in terms of where my training will be at, but I think maybe at that point in the block it might just be a nice outing, I guess, that's a little bit different from the standard training that I'll be doing week in, week out at that point. Anyway, I'm going to pick my pace up a little bit and then mentally prepare myself for running 3 kilometers uphill to get home.
All right, quick little outro. So I hit my B goal for the workout. Yeah, looking back on it, I do feel like 8k tempo-ish in that kind of weather was a little bit of a long shot. Like, I just mentally really wasn't clocked in. And it's sort of hard to find, yeah, it's really hard to find motivation when the weather's like that. But and after saying that I wasn't interested in being super miserable, I did intentionally go out and do 15 kilometers in grim weather, and did spend most of the run feeling super miserable. Was it character building? No, it was mostly just shit. Very much a box ticking day, I'm afraid, on that one, but we got it done, which is the main thing. And we move on and continue the training block. Training's going fine. Boxes have been ticked so far. I haven't really got into the meat of the training block yet, so we'll only really start to see how things are panning out when the mileage starts going up a bit, which we're not there yet. So we've got a few weeks, and with Christmas coming up, things might be a little bit interrupted. Might have to move some things around. Some strength sessions might get missed, which isn't ideal, but you work with what you've got. So that is what I will be doing. I've got a couple of exciting things coming up, so keep an eye out. Yeah, some stuff to look forward to over the new year. Anyway, that's everything from me, and I'll catch you in the next one.